Hey, Bold for Christ YouTube channel here. Power outage at my house. It's the second one in 2 days. I live in Mexico. We had a lot of rain yesterday, and it doesn't thunder and lightning a lot here. I mean, you get some thunder, but not a lot of lightning. It just takes a little rain for the power to go out for some reason, but they always get it put back on a few hours later. Well, yesterday it didn't come on until 3 in the afternoon, and it started raining the night before, and the power went out the night before. So it took a while to come back on. Anyways, I'm not here to talk about power outages. Just letting you know, that's why it's kind of dark in my background. So my power's out, but luckily I have battery-powered lamps from Ryobi. I bought a whole Ryobi kit before I moved to Mexico. All the batteries. I got a leaf blower, a weed whacker, fans, tools, drills, impact wrenches, car buffer. I pretty much bought everything Ryobi you could buy. It all comes with one battery. I would have loved to have bought DeWalt or Milwaukee, but the problem is when I was shopping for them, they didn't have the whole kit. They had maybe a drill, and then the other one had the grinder, and the other one had the skill saw, the circular saw. Ryobi had everything, with the exception of the Ryobi grinder. I haven't had a single problem with any tool. Because I know Ryobi's not as top grade as DeWalt, but it's pretty solid. But the grinder, I had to go through like 4 grinders. They always burnt out on me. I'd take it back, burned out, take it back, burned out. So the grinders are no bueno. But everything else seems to be good. And I'm not here to talk about Ryobi tools either, just a side note. But I want to talk about things happening in the world right now. Seem kind of suspicious, like something's about to take place. I've been telling people that I believe the return of Jesus will occur within the next 7 to 15 years. And that's, basically if the 7-year period in the Bible, in the book of Revelation, were to begin right now, I believe 7 years from now, Jesus Christ will return. And I base a lot of it on the age of Jesus Christ at his crucifixion. And so historians believe he was crucified at the age of 33. Well, I might have some errors in my math or calculations or some historical things I'm not familiar with. I'm not, a historical expert by any means. I'm kind of winging it here. But so if Jesus died at the age of 33, that'd put us in the year 2033. For all this to begin, I believe, something like that. He could have died at the age of 36, some historians believe. Some believe he died at the age of 30. But we know it was somewhere in there. It's like a 6-year range, possibly, that he was crucified. So, we're at 2022 right now. 7 years from now would be 2030. So if he died at the age of 30, it would make sense that the 7-year period would begin right about now, or right about in the next 6 months. That would take us 7 years out to the year 2030. Most people believe he died at the age of 33, so we would need another 3 years for that 7-year period to begin. But let's hypothetically say Jesus died at the age of 30. Well, a lot of things are happening right now that might be very suspicious that we're about to begin the 7-year period. So, of course, we have the death of Queen Elizabeth. I don't know how that plays into it, but we've got Charles now being crowned the king. We had the coronavirus, which means king, okay? Or crown, means crown. That occurred in 2020. 2020 represents vision. Of course, the eye, the Illuminati, all these things. Now watch that end up being the, what do they call it? The picture they put up on YouTube when you have a video. The thumbnail. Okay, so the queen, I don't even call her a queen, but I mean, whatever, they call her the queen, so you know what I mean. The queen died The Georgia Guidestones got blown up recently or destroyed. I think that was a clue of some sort. I don't think that was just a random event. I just don't think a regular Joe Schmo's able just to go up there and blow those up, and then they just knock them down within 24 hours. You know, they don't even just like put it back together. They just destroy it. I think that has something to do with it. Recently, the Pope has ordered all assets to be liquidated and all the cash to be deposited into the Vatican bank. And it has to be done by the end of this month. What else? The Pope is discussing retirement. Now, one of the things I've been telling people is I say, if you see the Pope change, you see a new Pope come into existence, excuse me, I'm getting a piercing headache behind my right eye, and rather than do a funny face, that could be the thumbnail, I'm just going to close my eyes for a second and wait for it to pass. Sorry, sometimes I get a piercing migraine headache behind one of my eyes, and it goes away a few seconds later. I used to get it a lot when I'd get yelled at by a certain individual that I'm not going to mention. So anyways, lots of things happening right now in the world that are leading me to believe maybe this is the beginning of the end. So, I agree there's still some prophecies that appear not to have been fulfilled. I really believe by 2033, Christ should be back. But I'm not going to put a date on it. No man knows the day or the hour, but we certainly do know the season. We can see if the skies are red in the morning, or we can see the dark clouds moving in overhead. We can tell the season. We can see the temperature change, So we can have a clue. We don't have to be oblivious to when Christ is returning. We don't have to play dumb and be dumb about it. We can have a clue. So that's just my take on it. That's my 2 cents. Maybe something's happening right now. I just want to put it all together because maybe somebody's not realizing, hey, the Vatican is liquidating its assets. Maybe the Georgia Guidestones are tied into this. Put all these pieces together, something's happening. There's a lot of people that are saying we're going to have a stock market crash by the end of 2022. I can't see why that wouldn't happen. Not that I can see it happening. I can't see why that wouldn't happen with the way things are going, with inflation and the dollar losing its value, and just this peak economy that we had over the past year. I'm not in the States right now, so I'm not really feeling the States economy, but I know we had a really strong peak economy last year based on the occupation I do, how many job openings there were in my field. In my field, it's kind of a luxury item. It's kind of like if you were a yacht salesman. I'm not a yacht salesman, but, and there's 1,000 job listings for yacht salesmen. You can kind of get a sense the economy is really good. And I've noticed those job listings have dropped way off in my field. So I can kind of get an idea of what's going on with the economy based on that alone. So anyways, that's my 2 cents. If anybody gives a crud about it, but just, I try to keep my finger on the pulse and what's going on around me. I'm wrong a lot. Sometimes maybe I'm wrong initially. Maybe I'm wrong in this moment. But things that I've said do come true down the road, or later on, and they're kind of forgotten that I even said it, and then they come true a few years later. All right, well, God bless. Hope everyone has a great day.